Yes, dear students. So let's begin the class with the chemicals from the common salt. Chemicals from the common salt. Now here we have chloroalkali process, which means process in which aqueous NaCl, which means the brine solution is subjected to electrolysis. Electrolysis. That means by passing the current, it is going to split. Electro means current, lysis means split. Okay, so process in which aqueous NaCl brine solution is subjected to electrolysis to produce hydrogen gas, chlorine gas, and NaOH. This is called as chloroalkali process. When aqueous NaCl, that means NaCl in water, when it is subjected to electrolysis, it produces hydrogen gas, chlorine gas, and NaOH. This is called as chloroalkali process. Chloroalkali process. So what is chloroalkali process? The process in which NaCl is subjected to electrolysis to produce hydrogen gas, chlorine gas, and NaOH. Let's see the diagram for this. Take the beaker. Okay, take the beaker. Place the graphite rods and connect it to the battery. Okay, now the graphite rod is connected to the positive terminal positive terminal. Okay, and it is connected to negative terminal is cathode. Okay, is cathode. The next, we are placing this brine solution. So when electricity is passed through this brine solution, what is going to happen? Evolution of hydrogen gas, chlorine gas, and NaOH takes place. NaOH takes place. Okay. Now, where the hydrogen gas evolution takes place and chlorine gas evolution takes place. Hydrogen gas evolution takes place at cathode. So at cathode, hydrogen gas, at anode, chlorine gas, and NaOH is formed near cathode. Near cathode. Okay. So near cathode, we get NaOH. Let me repeat once again. Now, the chemicals that are obtained from the common salt. So, what is the process to get the chemicals from the common salt? The first one is chloroalkali process. What is chloroalkali process? When aqueous NaCl, that is brine solution, aqueous NaCl is called as brine solution. When this brine solution is subjected to electrolysis means splitting in the presence of electricity or by passing electricity. It gives us hydrogen gas, chlorine gas, and sodium hydroxide. Now, where is this hydrogen gas evolution takes place? Hydrogen gas evolution takes place at cathode, and chlorine gas evolution takes place at anode. Chlorine gas evolution takes place at anode. Okay, so this is what the chloroalkali process. This is the chloroalkali process. Yes, dear students. So whatever the NaCl, the sodium chloride that we get from the seawater, when the water is evaporated and the salt remains, which is electrically neutral. The sodium chloride is electrically neutral. So like we are having the coal mines in the foreign countries like Poland, they have the salt mines. It is said that when seawater gets evaporated in the ancient days, the ancient years, the seawater gets completely evaporated, and what are the salts that are present in the sea? They get deposited on the soil, and which is covered by layers of the soil, covered by layers of the soil. And after many years, many centuries, the salt which is covered under the soil turned to a rock-like substance. Rock-like substance that is called as rock salt, whose formula is also NaCl, but it is available in brown color because of impurities. Because of impurities. Now, if you want to see that, when you go to Pani Puri Center, you ask the person to give this rock salt, which is added in the water, right? He's going to add the brown color stones in the water. So that brown color stones are nothing but the rock salt, which are mined under the earth. Like we are having coal mines, the foreign countries are having this salt mines. So when NaCl is subjected to chloroalkali process, when NaCl is subjected to chloroalkali process, chloroalkali process, we get hydrogen gas, chlorine gas, and NaOH. We get hydrogen gas, chlorine gas, and NaOH. Hydrogen gas is evolved at cathode, right? At cathode. Chlorine gas is at anode, okay, and NaOH is obtained near cathode. Near cathode. Now let us see the uses of hydrogen gas, uses of chlorine gas, and uses of NaOH. Uses of NaOH. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Then at cathode we get hydrogen gas. Now, what is the use of hydrogen gas? The first thing is used as a fuel. Hydrogen gas is used as a fuel. Next thing, it is used in the preparation of ammonia. Preparation of ammonia gas, which is used in fertilizers. Then again, hydrogen gas is used in preparation of margarine. Margarine, margarine. Margarine, that means conversion of oil to solid. Conversion of oil to solid. Now, these are the few uses of hydrogen gas that is evolved at cathode. So, hydrogen gas which is evolved at cathode is used as a fuel. It is used in the preparation of ammonia. It is used in the margarine. That means preparation or conversion of oil to the solid. Oil to the solid. Say for example, dalda, vanaspati ghee and dalda. So how it is formed, right? When hydrogen is passed to oil, it becomes solid dalda. Okay. So the next, coming to chlorine. This chlorine is used as disinfectant. Is used as disinfectant. It is used as disinfectant to kill the harmful microorganisms. To kill the harmful microorganisms. And it is also used in the preparation of PVC. That means polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chloride. You can see the PVC pipes, the current pipes. or the water pipes in the garden, PVC, polyvinyl chloride, and it is also present in CFCs. That means chlorofluorocarbons. Chlorofluorocarbons. It is also present in chlorofluorocarbons. And not only that, chlorine is also used in the preparation of the chloroform. It's also used in the preparation of what? Chloroform. It is used in the preparation of chloroform. Next, the uses of NaOH. Uses of NaOH. It is used for the degreasing metals. Degreasing metals. That means removal of grease or oily substances on the metals. Next, it is used in paper and textile industry. Textile industry. Paper industry and textile industry. And not only that, it is used in the preparation of artificial fiber. Artificial fiber. Artificial fiber. Okay, so these are the few uses of the hydrogen gas, chlorine gas, and NaOH that are obtained from the NaCl. NaCl. Okay. Yes, dear students. Now let us look at the preparation of bleaching powder. Bleaching powder. Whose formula is CaO. CaO. Its chemical name is calcium hypochlorite. Calcium hypochlorite. Calcium hypochlorite. Okay, bleaching powder. Its formula is CaOCl2 and its chemical name is calcium hypochlorite. Now let us see its preparation. How it is prepared. When chlorine gas that is evolved or obtained in chloroalkali process, when it is passed through lime water, we get bleaching powder and water. Now this is the preparation. See, bleaching powder formula, its chemical name. How it is prepared? When chlorine gas is passed through lime water, we get a solid substance that is CaOCl2, bleaching powder and water. Now, what are the uses of bleaching powder? What are the uses of bleaching powder? When bleach itself means removal of color. Wet bleaching, removal of the substances. Now, it is used as a disinfectant. Used as disinfectant. Which is used as a disinfectant to kill the harmful microorganisms in the water tanks, in the swimming pools, and near the public toilets. Okay, it is used as a disinfectant and used in the textile industry, paper industry, laundry to clean or to remove the colors for bleaching. Okay, the first thing is it is used as a disinfectant. Next thing is used in paper, textile industry, and then to remove the color. Okay, to remove color, and it is also used in laundry for cleaning, and it is also used in the preparation of the chloroform. Used in the preparation of chloroform. Okay, yes, oxidizing agent. It is used as an oxidizing agent. Okay, it is an oxidizing agent. Removal of colors. Removal of colors. So it is used as a disinfectant, used in the paper industry, textile industry, and also used in the laundry. Used in the laundry, okay, for cleaning the cloths, and then it is used in the preparation of chloroform. Used in the preparation of chloroform. Okay, so this is all about the preparation of bleaching powder, and uses. Okay. Yes, yes. Students. The next preparation is baking soda. Baking soda. Formula is NaHCO3, which means the sodium bicarbonate. The common name is baking soda. Its formula is NaHCO3, and the chemical name for this NaHCO3 is sodium bicarbonate. Let us see the preparation. When NaCl reacting with water, carbon dioxide, and ammonia, it forms NH4Cl and NaHC. So this is how the reaction is going to take place. So when NaCl, sodium chloride, reacting with the water, carbon dioxide, and ammonia, right? In the previous topic, we discussed how ammonia is different. When hydrogen gas reacts with hydrogen gas, that gives us ammonia. So this ammonia, after reacting that, you get ammonium chloride and NaHCO3, baking soda. Now uses. What are the uses? It is used in preparation of baking powder. Baking powder, which means NaHCO3 plus tartaric acid. Okay, now what is the difference between baking soda and baking powder? Baking soda contains only NaHCO3. Baking powder contains NaHCO3 plus tartaric acid. Now it is used in bakeries for the preparation of the bread, bun, cake, so soft and spongy. So whatever the cakes, breads, and buns we get, they are so soft and spongy. That is because of the sodium bicarbonate. That is because of the sodium bicarbonate. So they are writing in bakery. In bakery means it is used in the preparation of cakes, bread, bun. Okay, next it is used as antacid. Antacid. It is used as an antacid. That means, for example, when we are suffering from the acidity, the pinch of baking soda in the water gives us relief from the acidity. So antacids, right? Baking soda is used as an antacid. Next, it is also used as a fire extinguisher. It is also used as a fire extinguisher. It is used as a fire extinguisher. And finally, it is used by milkman, or we can write it is used in milk. Used in milk. But how it is used in milk? It is used in milk to preserve it for longer time. Right? For example, the milk contains lactic acid. Lactic acid. If the lactic acid content increases in the bacteria, it turns to curd. Turns to curd. Now that if the entire milk, it gets spoiled if the lactic, I mean, because of the increase in the lactic acid, the milkman gets lost. So what he is going to do, he is going to add baking powder, baking soda to the milk. On adding baking soda to the milk, the formation of the lactic acid process is slows down, right? Is slowed down. So by adding baking soda to the milk, the process of curdling is slowed down. Okay now. So that is what happening by adding baking soda. For example, if the milk is placed outside or not, I mean, if it is not kept in the refrigerator at our houses, what is going to happen to the milk? It gets spoils. Gets spoils. So that is not happening in the at the milkman shop. Why? Because he is adding baking soda to it. So when he adds baking soda to the milk will stay fresh for a longer time. Okay, that is because the baking soda is basic in nature. It prevents the curdling process. It prevents the formation of lactic acid bacteria in large numbers. So that is how the milkman uses baking soda to keep the milk fresh for longer time. So this is the baking soda formula, chemical name, preparation, and few uses. So please go through this topic once again. In today's class, we have studied chloroalkali process. Chloroalkali process. What is chloroalkali process? When the aqueous NaCl is subjected to electrolysis, we get chlorine gas, hydrogen gas, and NaOH. We have gone through the uses of chlorine gas, hydrogen gas. The next thing is we have observed the preparation of bleaching powder, right? Bleaching powder, that is CaOCl2, and then next is preparation uses. Baking soda formula, preparation uses. Very, very important. And in the next class, we will discuss about washing soda, plaster of Paris, and water of crystallization. Okay, so that's all for today's class. If you have any questions, please do put it in the chat.